Hey Haley, how you doing? Let's chat up math. All right, here is the fun problem you were chatting about. It's the one with all the books and it has a lot of information to organize. The answer is 288. So let's use that as a starting place and then we can kind of work backwards knowing that we're trying to reach 288. That way it'll help us see if we're on the right track. So what happened? What went wrong when we did it the first time? Let's find out. One of my favorite things to do in math is to go ahead and look at things that snagged me the first time and give them a second gander. Making mistakes in math and getting the problem wrong is pretty normal for anyone, even the most amazing math minds in the world. And it's actually one of the best ways to learn a little bit more about math. Chances are that when we were looking at this, we made a mistake in organizing our information. That's super rad because now we get to take a closer look, and this is a lot of information to organize. So here's kind of the big picture. What we need to do is think of the overall goal, and the overall goal is up there in a big blue box. Mr. Lee's class of 24 students held a 4-week reading contest. They set a class goal of reading 250 books during that time. And the question is, did the kids read 250 books? Did they meet their goal? Well, this problem's a little tricky because they give us a lot of numbers, but the numbers are all in kind of different relationships to each other. So for me, the best thing to do is to break it all down. So what I did is I took the information here and I made a grid. The first sentence says that for the first 2 weeks, half the class read 2 books each per week and the other half read 3 books per week. This is a little tricky on their part because we have to know that there's 24 students and we have to break that in half. So that first line of the table says 2 books per week for 2 kids, 12 kids, the half of the class, which gives me the multiplication, 2 books times 12 kids times 2 weeks, or 48 books. And then the table keeps going down in that way for each line of the problem. The other half of the class did 3 books per week, so that's 3 books times 12 kids times 2 weeks for 72 more books. And then during the last 2 weeks, the first half of the class did 3 books times 12 kids for 2 weeks to get another 72. And then that other half of the class did 4 books per week for 2 weeks, 12 kids, 2 weeks. So you end up with 96 books. Add all those answers together and you get 288. So yes, the kids met the goal. Now we came up with 144, which is pretty interesting. So that's half of 288, right? So chances are that when we did it the first time, something that needed to be doubled wasn't taken into account. So maybe we did 2 times 12, 3 times 12, 3 times 12, and 4 times 12, but forgot to take in the 2 weeks. Maybe the first time we solved it, we just solved it as if it was 1 week. I'm not sure. But that's how I would tackle this one, and I hope that helps you understand it a little bit better. Have a great weekend, kiddo. Thank you so much for the note, and you rock for asking. Keep it up. Bye now.